Hello. I hope you're doing well. We just finished the 5:30 in the morning free yoga class and it's time for coffee. So, I had a lot going on in my brain this morning about like reflecting, and I haven't been online very much lately and I do miss sharing. But so much change has been going on in my life. And I used to make videos when I was just living my life in my camper, which is how I'm making coffee right now. I still use my camper as my kitchen. So there's a stove in the back, and then there's a refrigerator, and it's a little tiny kitchen. So I still use that. And I also use some of the kitchen that's inside this building here. But so many of you followed my life when I was living in my camper. And then I just kind of went off the radar because so much change was happening. And I'm not going to lie, it's been really hard. It has been the hardest time of, well, not the hardest time of my life. Probably getting out of the Navy was the first hardest part. I went through a really great and deep depression after the Navy. But this change has been very hard because I continue to sign up to face my fears and face my doubts and to really learn to be a different and new version. I miss you too. Loriana, I miss you too. I miss the whole community there so much. And so I just thought I'd give you an update while we have coffee. Are you having coffee? So I like a French press coffee. This is what I use. I use like an electric thing to do the water and then a French press. So what's going on? Well, I've really downsized the amount of yoga classes that I offer in person here, more for self-care than anything. So if you didn't know, I offer massage, energy healing, I teach yoga, I see private clients for energy work, bioenergetics, and, teach private yoga. And if there's one thing that I really advocate is for women, especially more than anything, is learning to receive care. Now, not that men don't need care. I think we all need care. However, for our estrogen levels to be healthy, a woman has to learn how to receive care. And so I have to practice what I teach. So I've learned to downsize the amount I offer in order to do self-care. And what that has been is creating a free yoga class, and we just do a video on the internet together. So this morning it was 3 of us. On Tuesday it was about 5 of us. And we all show up, we do the class together. It really fills my cup to be a part of a group, because I don't know about you, but there's only so much of doing yoga and working out on my own that I can do. I just lose motivation. So being a part of a group is really healthy for me, and it gets me inspired to get uncomfortable and get up at 5 a.m. So yeah, I know there's a lot of y'all that like group workouts as well. So that's been a big change, and I've had to face a lot of my own bull crap lately. I'm trying not to cuss this morning. When we truly say, I'm ready for this change, all of our programs will come up. And one thing I've had to learn is setting boundaries and stop people pleasing. And when we start to set boundaries for ourselves and say no to certain behaviors from others, or we want to respond in old ways, we just have to see like my childlike behaviors in responding to people and places and things when I didn't get what I want. And sometimes, because I was a senior leader in the military, it gave me permission to just act and say and do whatever I wanted, even if it wasn't a healthy way of responding or acting or communicating. So in this realm of having my own business and wanting to be a better version of myself, I've had to really look at myself with a fine-tooth comb, and that hasn't been easy. So that's been kind of cool. And then another thing that's been really cool is that I've softened a lot. And in the softening, I'm offering less because I love teaching. I love providing help and support, and I love making videos and stuff like that. But I've really taken a step back and like not making more online courses and classes and not making videos so regularly, because I've really been enjoying my life and giving to myself the time and the space that I've needed. So I've been surfing a lot, and that's been really fun. As you can see, the highlights are not from the beauty salon, they're from the sun. So I'm really proud of myself for giving myself the time and space to actually enjoy life. And I don't know if I can put it into context, but I know the people that are out there that are in that have been in the military or are in the military, and I did 15 out of 20 years on ship. So I literally lived in my work for 15 years out of the 20 years I was in the Navy. I had a lot, I still work on my programs of work, because for 20 years I didn't know any different. I literally lived at my work. And even now, I'm 42, I live where I work because I'm still working through my stuff. And it's not bad, it's not good, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. I'm not judging myself. However, I want you to know that we can change things, but it doesn't happen overnight. If we're a bona fide people pleaser, we can't just stop people pleasing overnight, and we can't learn how to say no overnight. We have to give ourselves time and space and energy. Now, I'm not going to lie. I really like living where I provide services and work because it works well. I'm single. I don't have kids. I don't even have a pet. So it works really well. I like what I do. However, the issue that I have had is just overworking to the point of exhaustion was a norm for me because of the military lifestyle. We were programmed that even if you're not rested, you still you don't have a choice. You show up, you're not rested, you're not taking care of yourself, you work. And I think that it's not just the military that's done that, it's kind of like been our society. We have this programmed mechanism for program for survival. And I think that it's about time that we can learn, what does thriving look like and feel like? And for me, if you didn't know, 5 years ago, I sold the home I lived in that I had a mortgage with, and I was about to turn it into an Airbnb and do the whole, American thing and turn your home into a rental and move off. But I got this voice one day that said, sell your house now. So I sold my house. I gave away about 90% of my belongings, and I kept some things in a small storage. But I moved into this camper that I'm having coffee. Well, I need to pour my coffee, but that I'm having coffee at now. I moved into this little tiny camper, and I set off on a journey to unlearn the program. The program I'm talking about is the program of consumerism and the program of being defined by the house we live in and all of the material things that give us comfort. So in the meantime, in the past 5 years, I've really got extremely comfortable being uncomfortable. I mean, extremely comfortable being uncomfortable in the rain, in the cold, and things like that. And it's pretty awesome how much strength and power one can gain by getting uncomfortable. And I'm not telling you all these things to brag. I actually am telling you these things. I haven't made a video in a really long time. I've been kind of missing in action because I've been peaceful and enjoying my life. And I wish so many other people could understand that we don't need very much at all to live a good life. I shower outside. I've learned to just go with the flow and where I can, use the bathroom and how that all works and stuff. I've been preparing for the winter, preparing for firewood and things like that. And I just surf and I just do my work. And I watch people in the hustle and bustle of the societal program, whether it's your kids and all of these functions that that deems you as, you know, a good citizen or a good parent or whatnot, and people literally kill themselves to keep up with the system. People are run ragged, quite exhausted, and for what? And we think that we're doing our family's service by bending over backwards. But what we're teaching our families is to do the same thing. Children don't learn by what we do. They learn by who we are and how our energy is. And so for me, as a sensitive person, I'm spending my whole 4 decades of life healing all of the absorbed patterns of behavior that I absorbed as a kid, which was survival, chaos, war, struggle. And that's okay, because I wanted that journey. I wouldn't have signed up for it if I hadn't. But no one's ever told us that the greatest gift that we can give another person is to heal ourselves. Because your kids feel that. Your kids don't feel what you're giving to them materially or where you're taking them and things like that. Kids, we're sensitive. And if our parents are suffering, we feel that. So that's not really comfortable to say. But I guess I have to say it. And we are subscribed to this idea of needing more and doing more. And I just wanted to give you an update that I'm different. And it's been weird and it's been awesome. And we have to really face the darkest and most challenging things to get on the other side of our shit. For me, it's standing up for myself, not letting someone bully me over and push me around. It's not looking for love from someone else and learning that the only person that needs to love me is me, not some partner or community or anything. And really, having boundaries has been the hardest thing, saying no and to things and then saying yes to yourself. And sometimes saying yes to yourself can be, you know, sitting at home on a Friday night and crying about your feelings. Yeah, it's not cool. It's not really cool at all. So that's just a little update. And I think that it's about time for me to come out of my shell and share a few more things, like the way that my style of yoga teaching has changed so much. Had a friend of mine, she suggested that I teach yin yoga. I put honey in my coffee, by the way. And she suggested that I teach yin yoga. I've taken yin yoga. I've never taught it. And let me tell you what, that is my favorite style of teaching and my favorite class to teach, because it's taken the central nervous system of people down. It got me really uncomfortable. You know, when you're asked to do something that you're not comfortable doing and all the self-doubt and fear and all that shit comes up. Well, I think that's just what we're here to do. We're here to get uncomfortable all the time. So the style of yoga that I've been teaching is very different. And what I'm feeling inspired to do is make some videos of that to bring to you that don't live here in my community, because it's such a blessing to have that slower pace of yoga. So that's really changed. I'm single. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not really interested in dating. And I'm very thankful and happy, and I don't recommend it for everyone at all, but apparently for me it works really well. My brother recently moved from Chicago area to here, to Westport. So my brother lives here, and he has a dog named Bentley, and they live here and on the property. It's been really fun to watch my brother have to acclimate to my lifestyle, the outdoor shower, and then being exposed to the elements. And we get out, and now it's been raining, and so we have to go outside to do anything, and you get wet, and It's cool, and it's just really great for the central nervous system to get that shock. So that's been really cool. And my favorite update of all is that I've really been surfing almost every day that I get an opportunity. And if you didn't know, that's the main reason I actually moved where I live. And it took me it was a big decision to move out here. I mean, I did it kind of quickly, like I do most things, but it was a really big decision because as of 2020, I was this close to moving back to Tennessee to be near my family because I didn't have my career in the Navy anymore. And I had never been able to make choices for myself my whole adult life. It was always about my career, which you can probably relate, whether it's for your children, your spouse, or your own career. And so for me, I had this massive amount of freedom and I didn't know how to handle it. So a lot of people think they want freedom, but then when you're faced with it, you're like, what the hell do I do? So I had the help of my healer, and she told me that if I moved back home, I would be kind of setting myself backwards. And honestly, what would I have been doing there? I would have been doing that for someone else, not myself. So I chose to move out here to the coast to surf, to reintegrate surfing into my life. It's been my favorite thing since I was in my 20s. And so here we are, and I get to do that all the time. And I guess that's my relationship is the one I have with the ocean and my surfboards, because it challenges me every day and it brings me joy. And I think that's what a good relationship is all about. A good relationship is always going to challenge you and make you stronger, but it's also going to bring you joy and fulfillment. And through the relationship with the ocean, I get to live here and create and run this business. And the people in this community, anyone that walks through my door makes me a better person. Everybody I meet here gives me something, and I'm learning to receive. That's part of me learning how to be more feminine in my life. Since I got out of the Navy, I've had to learn a lot about receiving help and not needing to prove myself so damn much. So I'm learning to receive help. I'm learning to receive love, and it doesn't necessarily have to be between a romantic partner. Or love can be received from community, friends, people that walk through the door here, and just people in general. So thank you for my friends in Kitsap County, and for people here in Westport. And then, I wanted to give you an update, and I hope that you have a really good day. And I'll probably make some more videos moving along. And I'm actually excited to go surf this morning. We did our 5:30 yoga, and then I'm going to go surf and then see clients this afternoon. So I'm learning to make my schedule to where I can enjoy the things in my life, and that's kind of weird because I've never been able to do that. So I hope that you get out in nature today. It's truly a gift that we can sometimes take for granted. And the more connected we can be with nature, I think the more grounded and peaceful that we can be in our lives. And for all of those 15 years that I was on ships, I didn't realize what I was missing was that relationship with Mother Nature. And so, yeah, pretty excited about it. Raw cream. I get this in Montesano. There's a raw creamery that delivers to Organics 101. That's what I put in my coffee. Anyways, all right, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. And I will be seeing you soon in some more videos now that I'm coming out of my shell. Have a great day.